That's when they noticed the changes. "Did we leave the tablets like this?" Tom asked, pointing to the central circle. The tablets seemed closer together, as if they'd shifted inward during the night. "Of course we did," David replied, but his voice lacked conviction. "Stone tablets don't move themselves." As they worked, documenting the symbols and taking detailed photographs, each team member began experiencing oddities. Tom complained of hearing whispers just at the edge of his perception. David's photographs kept showing strange shadows that weren't visible to the naked eye. Sarah found herself unconsciously avoiding certain areas of the chamber, as if her body knew something her mind didn't. But it was Dr. Levy who experienced the most disturbing change. As she translated more tablets, she began writing with both hands simultaneously. Her left hand producing English translations, while her right hand unconsciously copied the original symbols. She didn't seem to notice until Sarah pointed it out. "Miriam, you're writing in the ancient script." Dr. Levy looked down at her notes in horror. Her right hand had been perfectly reproducing symbols she claimed she couldn't fully understand. The reproduction was flawless, as if something was guiding her hand. "I don't remember writing these," she whispered. That night, the dreams began. Each team member experienced the same vision, walking through endless underground tunnels that stretched beneath all of Jerusalem. The tunnels were filled with whispers in the ancient language, growing louder with each step. At the end of each tunnel, a presence waited, something vast and patient and hungry. But the dreams didn't stay contained to sleep. The site's security cameras captured disturbing footage of all 4 team members leaving their accommodations at 3:17 a.m., walking in perfect synchronicity through the old city's narrow streets and descending into the chamber. The footage showed them standing motionless around the central depression for exactly 49 minutes before returning to their beds. None of them remembered the sleepwalking. "This is beyond strange," Sarah said, reviewing the footage the next morning. "We need to consider shutting down the excavation." But Dr. Levy was already back at work on the translations, and what she'd discovered overnight made abandoning the site impossible. "I've translated 17 complete tablets, and I know why this chamber was sealed." She pointed to her translation board, covered in disturbing revelations. "This isn't just any ancient site. According to these texts, Jerusalem, the entire old city, was built as a massive containment structure. Every holy site, every temple, every church and mosque, they're all positioned according to a specific geometric pattern designed to keep something imprisoned beneath the city. The entity they call the sleeper isn't metaphorical. It's something real, something that multiple civilizations encountered and couldn't destroy. So they did the next best thing. They built a prison of sacred ground above it." Sarah studied the map. "You're saying that the Temple Mount, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, all the major religious sites are guard posts. Thousands of years of prayers, of faith, of sacred ritual. It's all been feeding a containment system. And we just broke one of the seals." Tom, who had been quiet throughout the presentation, suddenly spoke up. "I can hear it." "Hear what?" David asked. "The whispers. They're not just in the chamber anymore. They're everywhere, under the streets, beneath the buildings. It's like the whole city is hollow underneath, and something down there is starting to wake up." Over the following days, reports began filtering in from across the old city. Priests at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre complained of whispers during morning prayers. Rabbis at the Western Wall noticed that the ancient stones seemed to vibrate at certain times of day. Imams at Al-Aqsa Mosque reported congregants experiencing shared nightmares. The team realized they were running out of time. Whatever they had awakened was getting stronger, and its influence was spreading through the network of tunnels and foundations that lay beneath the holy city. "We have to go back," Sarah decided. We need to understand what we're dealing with if we're going to fix this." The chamber had changed dramatically. The symbols on the walls seemed to glow with their own dim light, and the tablets around the central depression had definitely moved. They now formed a perfect spiral leading to the circular pit. "It's learning," Dr. Levy said, her voice hollow. "The more I translate, the more it understands about our world. The translations aren't just revealing what it is, they're teaching it how to communicate with us." As they watched, one of the tablets shifted another inch toward the pit. The movement was slow but deliberate, like a countdown reaching its final moments. "How do we stop it?" Tom asked, his voice barely a whisper. Dr. Levy consulted her translations one final time. "According to the final tablet, there's only one way to reinforce the prison, but the cost... The prison requires a conscious guardian, one who knows the words of binding, who can speak the ancient tongue, who can remain awake while the sleeper dreams. The guardian becomes part of the seal, their knowledge and will added to the barrier between worlds."
The implications were clear. Someone had to stay. "It has to be me," Dr. Levy said simply. "I'm the only one who can read the binding words. I'm the only one who understands the full scope of what we're dealing with." But even as they argued, the situation was deteriorating rapidly. The glow from the central pit was growing brighter, and the whispers were becoming audible words in the ancient language. Words that Dr. Levy understood. Words that spoke of freedom and revenge and the ending of the long imprisonment. "Go," she commanded, taking her position at the edge of the depression. "Get out of the chamber, seal the entrance, and pray that the sacred sites above are enough to contain what's coming." Dr. Miriam Levy stood alone in the chamber as the tablets completed their spiral dance around the central depression. She spoke the binding words in the ancient tongue, her voice growing stronger with each repetition, even as she felt her humanity slipping away. The sleeper pushed back, offering her visions of power, of knowledge, of secrets that would revolutionize human understanding. But she held firm, adding her will to the thousands of years of faith and prayer that had kept the entity contained. As dawn broke over Jerusalem, the whispers finally quieted. The strange phenomena across the city began to subside. The ancient prison held, reinforced by its newest guardian. The official report stated that the excavation revealed only standard Roman-era foundations. The site was cleared for construction of the new municipal building, which was completed 6 months later. Sarah Goldstein retired from archaeology and moved to Tel Aviv. David Kim changed his specialty to medieval European history. Tom left academia entirely and became a tour guide, though he never takes groups to the old city. But sometimes, late at night, maintenance workers in the new building report hearing a woman's voice echoing through the ventilation system. She seems to be chanting in a language no one recognizes, her voice steady and strong and never stopping. The security guards have learned not to investigate these sounds. After all, some mysteries are better left unsolved. And far below, in a chamber that officially doesn't exist, Dr. Miriam Levy continues her watch, no longer entirely human, but not yet lost, speaking the words that keep the sleeper sleeping and the city of peace safe from the thing that waits beneath.